good morning, and good morning. Hope you can see me this morning. I'm trying something new in terms of the lighting. Hope you can see it. Let me know if you can see it this morning. Um, how was your Wednesday and Thursday? Today's Friday. It's the weekend, honey. It's ready. Are you ready to do something different, something exciting, something that gives you, just a kind of like a jolt for the weekend? There's a couple of things going on, which can certainly make it to be a happy weekend, especially if the sun is shining. Um, the sun is shining today. It hasn't been shining the last couple of days that I've done some presentations, but today I'm looking at it outside here, and you'll probably see where the leaves and the leaves by the bushes close to the window may give a shadow here and there. But anyway, I am here, happy to see you in my sidebar here in my chat area. But come on in, welcome, welcome, and welcome. Now, today's word I chose, I woke up with this. I was waking up with something, is anew. How many of us realize that sometimes we need to make anew? We need to redo something that we've already looked at before, maybe a redesign, maybe a remake, maybe a retake, something that we've had a little experience with and we need to come back around with it. Good morning, Marion. How are you doing, my friend? Let me know. Let me know. Say good morning, Doctor. Grace and peace. You always say that. That's so sweet. Grace and peace to you also. But hoping that you're doing well. And I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in. I have my coffee. I have my glasses here. They look a little dirty, but I'm gonna do my best to clean them up. And and I'm ready to, hopefully do just a good job for a few minutes with all of us that come in to the space. But I'm excited. I'm always excited about everything. Least little thing excites me, the least little thing. But I'm going to turn my phone off. That's the only thing I didn't get a chance to do, and I'm going to do it in your while we're here, just to say I did something. I did something. She said, "Oh, she was taking her time this morning." Not really. I have several things going on, but I don't want the sound of the phone to interfere. But anyway, here's what we're talking about today: anew. How many of us have needed to make anew? I know I have. I've made several anews and it works. And one thing I found this morning when I was researching, and I kind of had seen it before, and I said, I'm going to say that I'm going to use that because it's something so cute because it came from Winnie the Pooh, but it has great meaning. It says, as Pooh is talking to the pig or piglet, it says, promise me you'll always remember you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Isn't that all of us? That a lot of times we give ourselves great doubt, especially if we have to make anew about something that we've addressed before. That's what anew does. And it says, braver. How many of us have gone through some things that we've had to be brave about? It may be sickness. It may be, death of someone that we love. It may be, starting a new job or leaving the job that we had. Or it may be that we're in a pool of people that seem to be so much smarter than us. I say hang there. Hang there for the purpose of that you might learn something from them. And then again, they will also learn something from you. And then lastly, it says sometimes we have to be stronger. How many of us have had to be strong when sometimes we were feeling weak inside, but we didn't let it know? We didn't let it go. We just kept holding on. As they say, I'm yet holding on. That's a good thing. So anyway, the poem I have, that was just, a little piece I found that I really liked. And it says, in new beginnings. Obviously, when it says new beginnings, that means that you're going to put a fresh spin on something. This is by Gertrude B. McLean. And it says, it's only the beginning now, a pathway yet unknown. At times, the sound of other steps. Sometimes we walk alone. The best beginnings of our lives may sometimes end in sorrow. But even on our darkest days, the sun will shine tomorrow. So we must do our very best, whatever life may bring, and look beyond the winter chill to smell the breath of spring. Into each life will always come a time to start anew, a new beginning for each heart, as fresh as morning dew. Although the cares of life are great and heads are bowed as low, the storms of life will leave behind the wonder of a rainbow. The years will never take away our chance to start anew. It's only the beginning now, so dreams can still come true. So I like that. Good morning, Joan. How are you, my friend? I like that. I like the fact that we may go through our trials and our tribulations, but at some point in time, we always have the opportunity to make anew. And I think anytime we faced anything that has a tendency to be frustrating to us, heartfelt, whatever we're going through, when we make anew, it's there. It's right there. You can't do nothing with it but say, yes, I made it through. I made it to the other side. And now I have an opportunity to just keep on moving forward. So anyway, here it says, what is anew? But before I ask that, let me ask you, are you stuck this morning? Do you see where you need to make a turn? They need to change something, add something, take something away, make anew. I know I have done that over and over again, and it all works. It works to the good. It works to the good. So anyway, it says, so what is anew? It says anew it means that you're going in a new or a different and typically more positive way. You're changing stuff. It says once more and again, meaning you're addressing it again, facing something again that you've already faced. It says it could be once more, afresh, and over again, a repeat, or renewed. How many of us have gone through all those things? We certainly have. I don't care how long we've been here. Even when a baby starts learning how to walk, a child, a toddler first starts learning how to talk. The walking and talking, they got to keep doing it anew. It becomes anew every time they do it. And then eventually they catch on. Eventually they walk. Eventually they talk. And that's the same thing. Eventually we will change over to where we're trying to get to just by going through the process. So when we look at this, when we break this word down, to me, my A is for again. Again, I'm going to address it. Again, I'm going to try out for it. Again, I'm going to see if I can do it, or do it a different way, and it says usually it's a positive way, meaning you think this time it's going to work by doing this. And sometimes I think about all the people that have invented things or gone through things or became the first or the second in various things. They didn't originally know that that's how it was going to fall up to. What they knew is that they had to try. What they knew is it might be they're anew again and again and again. And that's us. We will go through things again and again and again, and eventually it becomes either something that we played in enough and we know, or we played in enough that we know that's not the way we're going anymore. So again, it says often in a new or a different way, another time we will address things. It says where we will return to what we previously have already addressed. We will return to it. It says that we'll do it once more and another time and a second time and a third time and a refresh and a fresh. It says that we will do it as well as we initially tried, but better. We said, but better. And it says that we will also do it in addition to we've already done, and then there will be a furthermore. So when we really think about something that we've done before that might have been a project, or I even, when I was counseling, I even remember people who were thinking about marrying again and having been either divorced or widowed. Their concerns were, I don't know if I can do it again because of my dedication and my, concentration and who I had or what I was doing before or what went wrong. Will it go wrong again? Sometimes in our newness, we don't know what we're going to address. It just comes. I don't think anything except furniture Probably comes with instructions to put it together. We just do what we do, and we worry about what we worry about sometimes too much, because just starting the new gives us a new opportunity to try it. So when we do something again and we're really looking at the positive side of it, then if we address it as being positive, then it will more aptly be positive. But if we address it as a negative, and I'm sorry that I have to do this again and again and again, if you're going in with apprehension or going in with hesitation, then you might find yourself stuck. Plain and simple, just stuck. When we move further on in the word, my N is for need. How many of us need to make it anew about something, whatever it is? We may need to learn how to better address the money that we get in and not overspend. Not get to the situation where we don't have, or we're running out of in mid-month, and we still have the remaining month to get through and we need to borrow money. Well, to me, for me and myself, I try to budget as best I can, so that I don't want to be in that situation of overspending. Anxiety, certainly, that's a wonderful word, Joan. Anxiety, because sometimes we are anxious about what we've done or what we are scheduled to do, or we're fearful about doing. Easily, anxiety comes with anything that requires us to step either back a second to move forward, or move forward without looking back much. Only saying that we've been there, we've done all of that. So when we have, for my N, I have needed, and Joan has necessitate. And sometimes that's it. We need something, but we also need to realize what needs to be necessitated. How do we get there? For me, needed says it means it is necessary. You can't, it's required of us to make the change. It's required of us to start this anew, to move in the process of what is needed and wanted by us. And I always speak to you as to let you know that I speak for myself, but that's why I ask a lot of questions. Are you anew? Are you in a position to make anew? Are you stuck? Those things are all questions. What do you want for yourself? And when something is needed, that means it is desired. It is essential. It's necessary, and it may even be vital. Meaning we can't move around the fact that we need this. It may be medications. It may be money, whatever it is. We realize that we need it, and we need to make those things necessary for ourselves. My E in anew is to expedite. How many of us sit on things a long time and we never move to the point where we're expediting what needs to be done? We never get to the anew, even though we've made the decision to make an anew. But to me, sometimes we can make decisions that are never acted on. So that means there's just a statement, and I know that some things that I probably wanted to do, because I've had so many things on my plate, I've not always, expedited. Been effective. That's really good, Joan. Been effective at getting to what I need to get done. That's how life is. I think would they say the best made plans? That's all of us. All of us have gone through what the best made plans could be. So anyway, with expedite, it says to make an action or process happen. Okay, happen. And it's supposed to be sooner, or maybe accomplished more quickly than just us saying it. So we need to say it, and then we need to act on it. And sometimes we do not. We say things, we even say things to ourselves, nobody else knows, but we doesn't necessarily mean that it's ever acted upon. So when we expedite, it also says that we're going to speed up the process. A lot of times I think I'm speeding up the process, but no, I have several things where the process has been sped up. So it ends up that I have several things on a fast track. And I have to realize at some point in time, I'm going to have to prioritize which goes first, which goes second. And our lives are just so busy now that we may not even realize the importance of prioritizing what we need to do. So expedite really talks about to accelerate, to make it in a hurry, to hasten, to step it up, to quicken it. It says also to rush, to advance, to facilitate at ease, to further promote, to aid, to push through. How many, in fact, that was one of the words I wanted to look at. How many of us push forward when we need to? You know, I always had a fear of those doors, those, and I don't even know the name of the real name of those doors, but the ones that twirl around when you go to them, and you have to push in and push it around and then get out quickly. And I just remember thinking that was the worst trap ever. And I remember when I was really little, I got I got trapped in one, and my mother kept telling me, if you don't push that door, well, what happened was is that there was nobody in there with me, so I was hard for me. So she had to come up and push me and tell me to walk and push so I could get up out of there. But not my interests, you know. And even now, there's a restaurant here in town that has that, and we went there one day, and I said, you know what, I still don't like that door, and that's been years, you know. But sometimes we have to realize that we do have to push forward. We do have to expedite a new entrance or way in order for us to get out. It talks about when we expedite, we also advance. We're going to, it says boost or stimulate the process, dispatch an idea and make it work, make it where we've dashed through it, or at least pushing it forward, making short of the work ahead, and making it done in extremely fast time. That's what we do when we expedite. So effective is what Joan has and I have, expedite. And lastly, which is probably one of my favorite words for today, is it willful? When we think about making anew, willful means that there's some commitment to it. How many of us are? How many of us are not? Hey, Debbie. Hello. You and Joan and Marion, thank you so much for coming. Today, our word is anew. And I already know that Debbie knows what anew is, because Debbie made anew when she decided to move from New York to Florida. I did that same trick. I had to get out that cold air. So hello, hello, hello. So so far we've covered anew to say that means you're going to do it again. You're going to readdress it. You're going to realize that it's needed. You're going to expedite it in the way your own fashion. And now we're on willful. How willful are we? Which to me, willfulness deals with your conscience. It deals with your commitment, and it may even deal with sometimes with your anxiety, because sometimes we're anxious when we have to willfully commit to something that maybe has given us trouble in the past, because here we are doing it again. So willful, it says it's deliberate. There's no, play in that. It was intentional. It was intended that we willfully decide that we're going to readdress something that we've dealt with before. And it says it's voluntary or intentional. Voluntary meaning no one told you that you had to, but you thought enough of it to say, I need to do. Eager is really good. How eager are we to readdress things that we've dealt with before? And sometimes we try to say we are, but we're not. We're not, you know. But eager would be good, because if you're eager, that means you're ready to get it on. You're ready to work on it and do what needs to be done. And willful also says having or showing a stubbornness and determination and intention to do it as it needs to be done. That means you've committed to it. There's no one else. This effort is as good as yours. Get her done. That's right. Get her done. I love it, Debbie. So it says that when you're willful, you're going to be headstrong. How many of you are headstrong when you've decided that you're going to do something, no matter what it is? Headstrong is necessary when you're really talking about going to do something again or readdressing it anew. It also says that it's self-willed, meaning no one had to tell you. You just realized it was for you to do. It says also you could be obstinate, you know. Have you ever talked to somebody who was a true believer in what they were doing and they didn't give a darn about what you said? You know, it could be you making a decision to move. It could be, you know, the fact that you want to go back to school or you want to write something. Sometimes people will be on your you know, discussion happy table and not be so happy. They're not making you very happy at the table. They just won't. Good morning, Erica. Happy Friday to you too. Um, I just know that when we have decided to be obstinate about what we believe in, that means we're sold out. Okay, it's ours. That means someone else might not be able to partake. They might not be able to understand why you chose it. Well, I truly have always been, you know, my own little, you know, necessary clock. And when things have come my way that needed to be done, I'm ready to do them. I'm not going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you. Now, if it's something that involves me where I can have you join in, then I want to do that. It's a Sandy, you look beautiful this morning. What? I have all I did was put on this. Actually, it's a jumpsuit, but it's too long and too big at the bottom. But what can I say? I just decided I was going to give y'all some light colors today. And it has a little thing on the back, you know. So I'm like, well, you know, I don't really need a necklace with all that going on. But anyway, thank you so much, Debbie. I'm trying to come straight with y'all. But that was my decision today to try a different color. Um, because my thing is I love black, so I am in black often. But today I said I do white with just a little black running through it and see if that would be all right. But thank you so much. Also, when we're willful about what we're going to do, we're stubborn. Nobody can tell us nothing. Okay. Now, sometimes if you listen, if your ears open and you hear something that people say, it might be something that can be adopted or adapted into what you're doing. Okay. But then you have to give them that verbal credit for, well, I thank you for that. That may be something that I need to change. And I have a couple of people that are really good at helping with me with that. You are doing an awesome job. Thanks, Joan. See, y'all make my head, pretty soon my head will not be able to fit into this space. But anyway, I thank you. I'm excited about the fact that this platform just seems to be my final opportunity to really have a way to expand. So I'm looking at my ANEW of Are You Stuck? Um, but here's something I want to give to you all. And I said I was going to wait to the end, but I'm going to give it to you right now. What I want to do is see if I can encourage one of you each once a week to come on with me, and I'll bring you in and set you up just like Lavender Shedrick Williams and I did for my anniversary show last Monday. I would love to do that where you come on and you break the word down in live with me. No big deal. You don't have to have nothing special. Now you should have on clothes. That's my requirement, that you have on clothes and you have on some fun, you know, smiles and stuff, and we'll go from there. Nothing else is required. And I'll give you the word ahead of time. You can think it out and how you would address it, and then I'll do my own. And so I would think that would be fun. And you know, and I can actually on this platform bring up to, I think they said 12 people on at one time. So therefore we could have it like we did before, where everybody addressed the word and came up with their own you know, their own ideas of how they would use that word, breaking it down and coming up with their own sum of themselves, because that's what I'm looking for. I put Sandy out there every day. I'm talking with you. Dr. Winnie is here. But on the other side of me is all of you all that are in and coming to my sessions. And so I want it to be that not only that you're happy for yourselves, but this kind of learning, it's almost like a window. It's like, I think it's called like Jacob's window. um or it might be Gerald's window, but I'll look up the actual, but it is a window. But what it does is once you take one thing, it spreads out into other things, which forms new meaning. And so that's what I've been doing all these years, is just trying to give it where, where names that you might have been called, or things that might have offended you or made you happy, or made you thinking about what's next. All those things, regardless of what areas they fall in, give you a way to find deeper understanding and depth for yourself. That going forward, not only can you teach this to someone else, but that it is a platform for communication, to be able to say, well, that's what you think, but here's what I think. Here's how I feel. This is where I'm at. And sometimes we don't get there when we're talking with friends or family, just because they think, and the other thing is that if you think you know it all and you never listen to others, then you never really are having a good conversation. If you listen to what others are saying and what their meaning is for a word or a situation, then communication occurs. And so that's what I'm always doing, always trying to encourage you to think more for yourself, but hear what I say, just used to call me. That's right. Judy used to call me Dino. She sure did. Dino Debbie. And Dino Debbie is still around, and I love Dino Debbie. Dino Debbie is, and Dino Debbie can be all of this: headstrong, self-willed, obstinate. Here's another one: stubborn. When you're willful, you could be all these things to get your position out there. A lot of times when you're playing offense, defense, okay, if you just stay constantly in the middle, at sometimes you're going to be, having to address where you're, to hold on the position that you're at, or progress, meaning go to a new position. You have to. You can never just continue to stay in one place and think that will always hold. There's always going to be somebody that will come in and has a different, view, a different slant on where it is that they will be placed. And to me, in order for you to keep placement for yourself, is always to know where you're at or where you're going. And certainly acknowledge where you've been. So I would say being stubborn at sometimes may be a position that's a good position. Yep, yep, and yep. And you do that well. Oh, that's so sweet. You guys are just flattering me this morning. But anyway, if I could send everyone, 50 cents, $1, $2 for the fact that you all make me very happy, y'all would earn some coins. And that's every time y'all would earn some coins, and I would just continue to see you in the space, and which is just that's fine with me. I'll take that. It also says that, you're not retractable. You're irretractable, meaning that you're set where you are, and you're going to stay there, and then you're going to go forward with your own ideas. And sometimes people find, being obstinate and headstrong and self-willed and irretractable, that they end up where they don't want to deal with you. Well, to me, if it is your thing that you have honed in on, then they don't have to worry about being constantly with you. They can see your results. They can see where you go to. And I believe everyone has an opportunity to fly. Soar with your own ideas, do your own thing, be your own person. And if you get to the point where you've gone through making your ANEW and how you're going to address it, and the fact that it is again, and it was necessary, it was a needed thing, something that had to be necessitated for you, you formed a way of how you would expedite it. And lastly, you keep your willfulness. And to me, the willfulness is what keeps you grounded in what it is that you're doing. And sometimes we wallow and wobble left to right and back and forth only because somebody gave us a 1-2 based on what they think. Well, you know what? I say give them a 1-2 and let them know where you're going to stand. This is where I'm standing. This is me. This is what I want for myself. And sometimes we don't do that. So I would say this weekend, if you have to make a decision about an ANEW, something you need to address again, do it. Do it. That it's your life. And I figure that if we constantly wait and wait and wait for someone to give us the okay, we may never hear okay from them. So don't put it in their hands. The okay is within you. When you decided to make an anew, and you, the fact that you realize that it needs to be addressed again by you, do it. When it was something that you know you need to do it. If it's something that needs to be expedited quickly, or it may be a slow expedition, just as long as the process is there and a way to get it done has also been laid out, then you're on track. And lastly, if you are willful in whatever it is that you've chosen to do it. Don't do others, do you. Don't do others, do you. So I'm ready for the weekend now. I have, and I'm excited because I'll let you know, I did sign off on a car. So it will come on the 24th. So I'm excited about that. And the fact that I'm still being able to get around a little bit without a car has been amazing. And I thank all of my friends who have done that, because they I can go to choir rehearsal, I get my daughter to drop me off, and Deb will pick me up. So the Lord is good. I'm really in good shape in terms of the things that I've had to address as a new, because not having a car was a big anew for me to what I was going to do. But once again, it was answered in friendships and love and kindness. And so I want you to be friendly, lovingly, and kindly involved with whoever you are with this weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And if you need to make an anew, set it up and then stand on it willfully. Okay. I will see you. Be safe, be safe, be safe. I will see you on Monday with another word. And if somebody wants to do next Wednesday with me, and I will be gone next Friday, but if you do next Wednesday with me, let me know. In fact, Friday and the following Monday, I will be out. But if somebody wants to do a word with me next Wednesday, you can inbox me and we will go from there. We'll come up with a fun word. I'll even let you pick the word, long as it's not cussing. Debbie, long as it's not cussing, we got it going on, okay? I love you. I thank all of you for coming. Erica, Marion, Joan, Debbie, everybody I can see. And there's some people that I can't see because it is public. So I know that they're out there, and I just say welcome. Quietly, I welcome, and I do love you so much. Okay, thank you. I'll see you soon. Okay, Debbie, you want to do the first word? I'll hear from you. Bye, y'all. Have a great weekend. Love you.